And this river was never this clean when I was here, living here. This is really nice to see, other than the weeds, a lot of runoff, phosphates. Daisy's having a great time today. Guess we're going to be getting 2 days of hot weather. Be getting out of here in the nick of time. It's going to be hot where I'm at too. Hey, Catherine. Hey, Bebop. Hey, Miriam. Hey, Megan. Daisy's having a good time today. She got stuck in the mud a little earlier. Dad had to get her out. Hey, Reagan. Hey, Zeb. Lady Spades, Simple Life. What's going on, you guys? I always take my dog here. She really likes it. Oh, good, Catherine. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Rosie. So I got quite a few nice interviews. Did a lot of still photography this time. See, you know, I get accused of wanting views. That is so not true. Views or subscribers. And I didn't do any video this time. Maybe a couple little clips, maybe 5 minutes total of, you know, driving around the city. I did do a lot of still photography though, which I really enjoy, my true love. It doesn't get any views, but I will be uploading those. And I apologize in advance for putting music to them, but you know, they're still videos. I mean, still shots. I mean, what, are you just gonna listen to nothing? Silence? So I will upload those, and I think I got probably, I don't know, 8 or 9 interviews. They're going to be $39 a piece on my Patreon. I've, to my great members, I've decided to give everybody 3 seconds of free viewing before the fees kick in. And these are all really good videos. I mean, like nothing I've got before. But once again, they're $39.95. Yeah, lady, I mean, this is, I got mixed feelings, you know. I tell you what I did, you know, I was really, you know, I'm very naive at this. I mean, I am pretty street savvy, but this is a little different. And what, hon? What, hon? You wonder where I went, huh? Do you wonder where I went? All right. Something chase you back there? Anyway, you know, I know these people are not going to be 100% truthful and stuff. That kind of comes with the territory. I guess it was nothing. What'd you think? I left you? Anyway, before I left town, I went and had that P.O. box locked. So the 2 keys I gave out, when they go over there, they're not going to be able to get the box. And then what I'm going to do is, next time I go down there, I'm going to unlock the box and hand the stuff out, because I think there was a better chance than not that one of the 2 girls was going to take everything out of there and claim, you know, it's just bullshit. It's supposed to be a good, fun thing, so I just couldn't in good conscience let everybody that wants to send a card or money or whatever get scammed like that right out of the chute. So the box is locked. The good news is, as I said before, anything I ever hand out or give in behalf of somebody else, it's always going to be recorded and uploaded. The guy that sent $100 to Becky said I don't need to do that, but I did it anyway. So I guess there's strings attached if you donate something, because I want to make sure you know they got it. And I make them say thanks. I don't make them say thanks. I ask them what they have to say. Hey, Wayne. Yeah, I mean, you know, you're dealing with, all bets are off down there. It's not like dealing with normal people under normal circumstances. Having fun, hon? So I just did that. I feel not that great about it. Kind of sucks they're going to go over there. Let me tell you, them going over there, excited and the box being locked. Luckily, I hit it off with the clerk there, or it wouldn't have been so easy. It's not quite that easy. It sucks admitting that I gave the key to 2 strangers, but I did. Had a couple other people contact me thinking ideas. I mean, I don't really know what to do. You know, usually, hey Sheila, Normally I leave there in a good mood, but this time it's been a little different. Old Daisy and that black hair, boy, she gets out of the sun every chance possible. But I think you'll like the videos. $39.95. And if you get a 5-pack, which is almost 500, well, let's see, that'd be $200, I'll give you $5 off. And you get to watch some more of them. It's going to be so great. It's all titillizing and tantalizing new info that's going to shock you. So get your credit cards out. I got to buy more bones for Daisy. Baton Rouge, huh? Bayou. I don't like the desert, except early in the morning or late at night. I couldn't live in the desert. I like this plain, simple park. As I've said a million times, I was coming here before it was a park. Nah, I mean, I am starting to get some money from YouTube, but what kills me, I just talked to a lady too, I forgot to tell her that. You know, if you guys get it, if you get a chance to rate my videos, maybe they'll lay off me. I think it's not right that they take my video content and earmark it as not suitable for most advertisers. How the hell do they know what most advertisers want to watch? And if you want a cheap litmus test, you've got people by their own volition, on their own time, watching my videos because they want to. If they're selling something in digital advertising, I mean, you know, they're acting like I have beheading videos on there when it comes to monetizations. Just nuts. I faxed them a letter the other day, said, what do you want me to do at the beginning of every video? Say a prayer? Have a prayer service? Jesus Christ. Oh, thanks, Charlie. I did start a Vimeo content, and I want to load up that video of a girl, some girls shooting heroin. What are you doing, hon? You know, there is something running around back here. I wonder if that's what she screeched at. Could be a raccoon she caught on the ground or something. I don't ever want Daisy to tangle with a raccoon. And they'll gouge her eyes out in about 2 seconds and drown her if they get a chance, if water's in here. Yeah, see, she's looking now. So there's something back there. Daisy? See, there's something running around here. I think that's what she yelped at. See her looking up in the trees? What's around here, Daisy? Yeah, there it is, a squirrel. See him right there? You trying to get that squirrel, hon? Yeah, that's what she yelped at. She treed that squirrel. Daisy, he's up there. He's up there, honey. Daisy, he's up here. Up here, look, over here. Hey, over here. Over here. Look it up here. Come over here, Daisy. He's over here. Look. Hey. Daisy, over here. Look at hon. It's up here. Good job, though. Yeah, Florida heat. Yeah, it's supposed to get, we're supposed to get Florida heat here in 2 days. It's going to even be the 80s where I'm at. I'm dreading it in advance. Get out of this tree like bent over. I'm in West Branch, Michigan, a couple hundred miles north of Detroit. Yeah, it's really nice out here. Nobody ever out here hardly. Beautiful. See those old rubber tires? I grew up in this river. It's an old tire too. See the big white wall? Just in a couple area like New Center and Corktown, it's high, but everywhere else cheap. I don't think, I mean, I like Detroit. I like going down there, but yeah, I got 7 or 8 interviews, I think. I don't think I'd recommend moving down there. Maybe if you were in your 20s or something. Yeah, it's really nice here, just kind of plain, you know. Water's really low. It comes up past these picnic tables sometimes. See, somebody's set up, made a little swing here. I think I would have noticed this before that, or they had a net to it. Look at people take these nice grills that they put out here and throw them in the water. I mean, what in the hell is wrong with people? Bunch of savages. I don't think that rope would hold somebody swinging on it. There's a can over there. You better have your tetanus shot if you go wading around in here. Yeah, it's probably true, Wayne. I mean, you know, back in the 80s, everybody had a boat out in the Detroit River. Now you hardly see any of them. I mean, the middle class took a big hit. I think Great Lakes, you know, you got so much water, you got the state that's just got, you know, hundreds of miles of coastline. I'm sure there's plenty of boats where the people got in the rears with their fees, and before you know it, the marine owned them, and they've got more than they know what to do with. I had a boat one time. Well, I've had a lot of little boats, but a big boat one time. It was a pain in the ass. It's not worth the expense. You're better off just chartering one with your friends once a year, I think. Unless you're like a fishing nut. No, I never tried a drug. Nope. Never tried marijuana even. Nope. I got every other damn vice, but not that one. Sue? Yeah, I'll do that. I just saw her in the alley yesterday. Oh yeah, I just saw her in the alley yesterday talking to a guy. Her real name's Lulu, isn't it? Yeah, it's too bad. I would have passed along the message. That area down there around the Campbell building's pretty much dried up. It's Maddie and a couple other girls, and that's not very yeah, Lula, yep. Well, she's down there. I just saw her yesterday about 4:30. Lula, yeah. I'll get the word passed out. Jim, J.R. Neal that comes on there, he can get the word out. I go down about once a week, once every 2 weeks. I just spent 6 days down there. 6 days. I'm slowly making my way back home now. Yeah, it's no problem, Brandy. You know, I don't know. It's a Polish name. Somebody mentioned the guy's name in the girl's car. It's about 50. I didn't really have much interest in it, so I don't know. I can find out for you. Hey Ron, how you doing? I'm out at this Metro Park I always go to. Got Daisy walking around. Good, John, thanks. It's a really good trip this time. I got really good interviews, and they're going to be $39.95 on Patreon. I'm going to give everybody that's already a subscriber 3 seconds free to watch them, and then you got to get your credit card out. Yeah, she really does. This is an exceptional park for, it's almost like it's a park for dogs. All right, lady spades. Check those clear skies out tonight in the desert. Watch out for scorpions. Yeah, I'll tell you what I did. I found out some information, which of course this isn't shocking. So I'll tell you the truth, I locked that box today. And I went and talked to the lady at the post office. She's going to give me a new keys next time I go down. But I knew that there was a 99.9% chance that of the keys I gave out, it was going to be a sob story and not getting anything when they in fact got it. Or the one girl was going to steal everything from the second one. I just didn't want to fool with it. So what I'm going to do now, I've signed up for the P.O. Box for 6 months. And for some reason, it seemed that people wanted to send money and they were a little reluctant to send it to me 200 miles away, and I guess trust that I give it to them. So part of the reason for the P.O. Box, there you go, girl. Part of the reason for the P.O. Box, the squirrel's getting careless. You better go up a bigger, taller tree. Daisy will get you. That's a big squirrel. You got away from me, Daisy. That's part of the reason I locked it. It's gonna not be a good story. You guys send gift cards or whatever. So what I'm gonna do is when I go to Detroit, I'll go over to the P.O. Box. I'm in that area anyway. I'll unlock it and I'll hand out the stuff that you've sent. But I'm not gonna give them a key to go in and out of there at their leisure. It just was naivete on my part. Come on. Come on, Daisy. Daisy chases everything. Yeah, it's a big-ass red squirrel. There's just places just littered with walnut trees. No, I'd never do that. I'd never keep it. No way. And like I said, like the guy that sent $100 to Becky, he said I don't need to videotape it, but anything that anybody sends, I'm going to have a video of me giving it to them and them thanking you for it. Every single one, no matter what it is. I want to have accounting for it. But believe me, that's not too much to ask for them to thank you. I mean, who the hell wants in the back of their mind wondering if someone got something they sent? I know I don't. Some other people are sending me some, they think that these girls need, I try and tell them they don't, deodorant and all that kind of stuff. I'll give it to them, but I don't think they have any problem with that. Yeah, I know, but even though it's like internet and like you get a pretty good idea, I'm an honest guy, there's nothing like the old proof in the pudding in a video. And like I said, I feel good about showing what people sent and what they're given. So it's not like it's just like a blockchain. It's just simple courtesy that, allows you to see where your gift went. Now on the videos that I'm uploading tonight on the Patreon, $39.95. If you buy a 5-pack, I'm going to give you the other ones for $32.95. Yeah, this is a nice day today. It wasn't so nice earlier. Look at all those nice daisies growing. Beautiful, bright yellow. Isn't that nice, Catherine? Catherine, you haven't sent your first payment in for that camera yet either. I don't worry about Daisy falling in there. She could swim out of anything there. shallow a bank to grab onto. That's all right. Just put it in your Patreon, the miscellaneous line. So yeah, I think it was a good trip, man. I got burnt out. I think I've mentioned to you before. I average about and that's including coming down and going back, which is 180 miles each way. It turns out to be about 225 miles a day that I'd average. Here's Daisy. She's got that squirrel treat on the other side of these plants. Here's screaming at the squirrel. Come on, Daisy. Kids have a cross-country meeting out here today. I want to do some metal detecting. I wish I'd get lost. No, I'm just kidding on that. And I do have a Patreon, but that was because some people wanted to send some money, and I think that's the only way they felt comfortable. I just set it up about a week ago. But I tell people, don't send me any money. I don't want any. It'll change things. I see that some of these people on, I mentioned it the other day, they'll have a channel. When they mention Patreon, and they got some bullshit, boring channel with some stupid, cheap Chinese t-shirt they want $40 for. It just makes me never want to watch them again. I am going to get some nice shirts made, but it's like, YouTube is always trying to line you up with Teespring or Spring Tea or some name. That is the cheapest shit I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it really is. And I looked around online, everybody's looking at price, but just, you get what you pay for. I'm going to get some nice embroidered t-shirts or shirts for like my best followers that were with me like from early on. The appreciation of them watching my channel. Yeah, Teespring, what a bunch of junk. I'd like to sign up for Teespring and send my enemy a shirt, every enemy I have. Yeah, it's the art of it. Well, Teespring's not the art of it. That is the cheapest stuff I've ever seen. And they're expensive. By the way, I looked at the profit margin for the shirts that people sell on Teespring. It's $10 for every shirt goes into the channel's name. What a total scam. Bunch of junk. I'll get some really nice ones made. I've done it before for things. Sending out to my favorite followers. Oh yeah, I got quite a few good interviews this time. There's a black cat chickadee. Where are you, little chickadee? Where are you, little chickadee? Some people wanted to get give me the girls some Bibles. God, I'm gonna have to practice that. Me giving out Bibles. No, Wayne, they had some of those downtown in the winter, but the ones that I knew about, they got rid of. They didn't want visitors coming into conventions or trying to sell Amazon on office space and see these guys camped out in the middle of downtown, so they kicked them out of there. Speaking of that, I was down Riverside Park, which they've got closed again. Evidently there's some toxic waste in there. I don't think that's why they have it closed this time, because it's been open before. I don't know what the city's plans are for that, but anyway, I could tell Daisy had to go to the bathroom, and I'm sure it was because of the pita bread I gave her. So I pulled over there, and a Homeland Security guy pulled up and started talking to me, and we were talking. I told him what I did and blah blah blah, and he asked me if there are any places that in my opinion, that I thought were unsafe. I said, hell yeah there is, man. One big huge giant one. I said, you guys are going up and down all these bullshit places all the time thinking someone's going to swim across from Windsor, which has happened in the past, but believe me, it's far and few between. I said, you're wasting all that manpower. I said, you go down to Foreman Park under the brand new refurbished Rouge Bridge, and you can just walk around over there. At a very minimum, both sides of the bridge underneath there, separate from Foreman Park, should be fenced. There is a gate, and it's wide open, unlocked. That's just nuts. That's the main artery in and out of Detroit from the south. So he was going to go over and look at it. It's just crazy you would have that stuff open. I mean, I know you can't protect everything, but they're out there, you know, with these signs posted on these old barges that haven't moved in 100 years, like it's something to watch, and you got this thing that's like super significant. It's just crazy. You guys aren't going to be missing much if you don't watch my video. It's boring. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to be straight about it, you know. It's not always like the greatest news, but I mean, that's why I didn't want people really sending money for these people. I'm not so sure that's the way to go. I mean, it seems good, but it might not be. Wish the sun get a little lower. It's getting hot in the sun now. It wasn't like this these whole prior 5 days. Daisy will have this squirrel treat somewhere. I did find Rebecca. I gave her $100. Yep, I did a little video on it. You know, I'm close to Metro Airport. Shocking thing. I'd say shooting heroin. When I was sitting in the car with him, to me anyway. I never saw anything like that before. Nodding out. Couldn't believe how much they like have to poke that needle around a bunch of times. I mean, going to the doctors and getting a flu shot must be nothing for them. Yeah, well, it's not quite that easy. I mean, I was spend 12-hour days every day for 6 days, and I think I got eight interviews or maybe. And believe me, I'd have 80 if I could have got them. It's not that easy. I had 2 people today that didn't want to interview. And I didn't find anything else that I thought was really interesting. Yeah, no, you're right. What happens though is they get hospitalized and they'll give them one. It's unbelievable the abuse that a body can take with drugs and no sleep. No, I never saw that between the fingers. Yeah, I'm gonna put it up again on Vimeo. I gotta like subscribe to that thing. I am subscribed, but there's a couple different services, and I just didn't want to. Was too lazy to get up to speed on a new protocol, but they don't seem to mind that stuff. These things. I've done more photography than I've done videography. Cleveland's like okay, but it's no Detroit. And I got, you know, some of Georgia, boring. Florida, super boring. Out west, super boring. Yeah, no, it's an experience. I think it was a good experience, which is why I uploaded it. And there's a lot of videos with that in it in YouTube. I can't figure them out. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I was trying to think what's some good of it. You know, you see these scare shows. Remember when they had that stupid Dare in school? That was the stupidest, most boring program. What I thought I would do is maybe, you know, these kids, a lot of these kids still think it's cool to have all these tattoos and be part of the street life where it's real. And there is an element of the street life being real. But in the end, in a very limited time, it has a low shelf life and a really high failure rate to get anything good out of it. The smart people are going to college or getting some kind of certification, and they're doing really kick-ass intelligent things with a pen and paper. They're not even leaving the office. These dumbasses think that being a druggie or a drug dealer is cool in Detroit. And I'd like to get to some of these high school kids, and if they think that that's something appealing and they're going to give it a try, I'll take them down and drop them down off on Michigan Avenue for 2 days. See how they like it. Let them hang around with one of the people I know. No, it's not too long. Well, it is too long. It is too long if you can't upload videos longer than 15 minutes. What you can do on that is go into your editing program and do it as a part 1 and a part 2. The beaches look good. Where's that at? Yeah, it's a good canoeing, kayaking. Yeah, just cut it in half and put up a part 1 or a part 2 in your editing thing. I didn't think that was anywhere near. I thought you could upload videos longer than. I don't think that conversation was that long. But do you know how to where you can splice it and cut it in 2? You know how to do that? Hey, Sherry. See, that's one nice thing, although it's not going to change the length, but if you compress the video, they upload quicker as well. Yeah, but you gotta like have so many subscribers or some bullshit. The longest I've ever uploaded, I think, is 31 minutes or something. But there's some cutoff there where before you can upload videos 15 minutes or longer, you gotta do some bullshit. I don't remember what it is. Well, she doesn't meet the criteria on YouTube's threshold for, you know, driving around 10 years like I did. But if she just breaks it in half, she can do a part 1 or a part 2. Yeah, I got another interview of Maddie and Gerald the first day I was down here, which would have been last Tuesday. See, they got a little nice. This will tell you perfect for an outdoor event today. I'm at a park near Detroit Metro Airport. See the planes flying around? It's about 10 miles. I don't think it's 10 miles away, 5 miles away. Something like that. Daisy's busy chasing a squirrel. Did you get him? Did you get him? Yeah, it's really nice here. Nobody around. This is like my typical day. I just, I'm an all-A student at just screwing around, believe me. I can blow 3 or 4 hours here, no problem. Okay, I'll check that out. Oh, okay, Wayne. Well, good luck to you. You know, it's looking like it's going to be a very special day for me on the way home. I'm going to be turning 345,000 miles on my van. Ah, here comes somebody walking a dog. God damn it. Please go down the other way. There's nothing worse than having your dog on a leash like they do. Then you see some jackoff like me with a dog not on a leash, and you're anxiety ridden because it might come up to your dog. I don't blame him. Daisy really doesn't go up to dogs much, once in a while. But she did the other day. Let's go over here and sit, hon. Shadier. Yeah, it's just nice plain scenery. Nothing to knock your socks off. Yeah, she's pretty well behaved, 99% of the time. She's a super smart dog. I mean, I've never had any of my dogs on a leash. Yeah, it's something to brag about, isn't it? I've realized that you really, taking a dog for a walk on a leash is really not much exercise at all. It's better than nothing. But Daisy will run around 10 times the distance than if I was walking her around this parking lot on a leash. Oh, there's a damn park police down there. There he is. Yeah, he's turning around. I'm sure I'd get a warning first. I hope I would get lost. Good. These people, I hope they just get lost. Oh, Fall River. All right. Yeah, that's why I bring her here. She really has a good time running around here. Shady spots, water, animals to chase, nobody around. Really works out nicely. I like it too. Yeah, I don't 100% trust her though. She doesn't seem to like older men. When I interview those women and stuff, I tell them, do not try to pet her. Yeah. She's a really good dog, no problems. I was just thinking that walking her a little while ago. It's like, I didn't really want a dog when I got Daisy. I'd had him my whole life. But I've been so spoiled with her. I know these people that have dogs, they let them loose, they run around, they can't find them, they chew things, they bark. There's no way I could put up with that. Yeah, I used to like winter until last winter, man. That was a doozy. I mean, it was super cold. What's that, Ron? She's chasing a squirrel down there somewhere. She's down there somewhere. She loves chasing things and being chased. I gotta bring there she is. There's a couple songbirds out here. I'm not really sure what they are, and I don't really recognize their song. There's one right there in the end of that tree. Can't quite tell what it is. Oh, did it, Mark? There she is. Hey, girl, I'm here. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. You know, when I come down here, you'd think I'm just down here screwing around and it'd be just relaxing. Man, it's tiring. It's at least a 12-hour day. And driving around Detroit all the time, man, I'm tired. I could use just a nice, good night's sleep. When I get up in the morning, I want to get out and get going. She is, yeah. Yep. Yeah, Tinder for dogs, that'd be a good idea. So I get going, you know, I got stuff to do. You know, you talk about addiction. I think I'm addicted to like this lifestyle. I think I'm going to live out my remaining years just doing YouTube videos. Yeah, I'll get a good night's sleep tonight. You know, I'll be home, my old bed. See, she's laying down in that cool mud. That feel cool on your belly, hon? That cool mud feel cool on your belly? Good girl. Good girl. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? Yeah, they're really stupid. No, I'd like to have a boot camp with these kids that think it's cool. You know, I just wish there was a better trick at like getting kids at a young age to appreciate what education is and like the doors it opens. I'll take them down and see how tough they are. I'll let them hang out. I'll give Rebecca $500 to let them live a night in the life of Rebecca. As crazy as it sounds, I think it'd be safe. Just let her run around with a heroin addict. The girl work in the streets for 24 hours, not get any sleep or food, be hassled by the cops, and yeah, I really enjoy making videos. No, it's true, yeah. You're laying on the cool mud, hon. That's okay. Oh, wow, Sherry. I'm sure you've had enough of Niagara Falls. Yeah, you know, I lived in Chicago for 13 years. I know a lady down there that's worth just like, I don't know, $50 million or something. And she's always trying to get me to manage her estate when she dies and make sure it goes to, you know, the right causes and stuff like that. And she's real eccentric. And I keep saying I'm going to visit her, and I don't. It's just because I don't want to be a slave to that. You know, I could take a salary and all that stuff, but I don't know. I somehow got the idea that this lady would control me even in her death. Yeah, she just owns just tons of stuff, inherited a lot, made a lot. You can take about an hour hour at a time with her. It's not a conversation you end up listening. She's basically a good person, but it's going to be her way. Yeah, that winter on the streets is brutal. I lived, you know where the Dave and Buster's building is? Down there in it's really a block outside of the Gold Coast. Everybody calls it the Gold Coast, but it's a block outside of the Gold Coast and a little bit south. Yeah, I had a place in the 32nd floor. You know, the economy tanked when I was getting out of there. I broke even on it when I sold it, but I had to give a $30,000 parking spot away. But that was the market at the time. Yeah, North Side sucks. Yeah, it was super expensive. I mean, you get to the point that you just would dream of like going to a Walmart if you didn't have a car. I didn't have a car for about 3 of those 12 years. I used to rent, there used to be a Hertz across the street. I used to rent these rental cars and I'd take them for a month at a crack. It was about $205 a week. Sometimes I'd like get a Lincoln Continental or something like that. And I'm not shitting you. I'd bring those things back after a month with 16,000 miles on them and they wouldn't bat an eye. And I'd call them from the road and say, hey, do you want me to get oil changes and just bring the receipt? Nope. Nope. Didn't want me to get an oil change. Brand new cars. Yeah, I had a great time in Chicago. I was getting out of Florida, starting a new business, which turned out to be really well. The guy paid me about a third of it, then defaulted on it. The customers didn't like him, and there was nothing I was going to do about it. And I wasn't going to go back. But for some reason, I don't miss Chicago a bit. I don't have any interest in going back there. I think part of that was just getting sick of the city life, and I had no place to go. So I stayed there longer than I should have. And when parking's a bitch. You don't drive a mile away and go out to dinner. You get ripped off at that movie theater down there on Illinois. It's just not much to do. I mean, it's a tourist area. The Magnificent Mile. I mean, Navy Pier. You saw it once, you saw it 1,000 times. There's just really not much to do there after you've been to the Field Museum and the Art Museum and the Planetarium. I mean, it just got old really quick. The aquarium. I couldn't wait to get the hell out of there. And when I was living there, I was dreaming of like places like this. You got to drive 1,000 miles out of Chicago before you hit one. Yeah, Wabash and Lake. Is that Starbucks still on the corner underneath the L? There used to be a really good sushi restaurant called Sushi Wabi over near Oprah's studio. And they went out of business when the economy tanked. I tell people I ran into Oprah twice without makeup when I lived there. I barely recognized her. One time she was in Borders looking at magazines. She owned the back part of on the water tower. And another time I saw her walking her dogs. No, I never been to Ireland. Oh, okay. I belong to that Gold Coast multiplex. I mean, I have some interesting stories, and I don't want to seem like I'm name dropping, but I babysat for Scottie Pippen. I beat Tim Hardaway at a game of horse. I played in 3 basketball games with Michael Jordan. I sat next to Robert Plant from Led Zeppelin at Big Ball. I met Kevin Bacon at Big Ball, Jenny Jones at Big Ball. Of course, I ran into Jerry Springer all the time. Jerry Springer's a hell of a nice guy. And it was just an interesting life. Dave Matthews and the Dave Matthews Band. Hi. How you doing? It was Jenny Jones was kind of strange acting. Who else did I run into down there? Alex Rodriguez, the baseball player. Who was that one? Frank Thomas. Who was that other guy too that played for the White Sox? Was a real good hitter. Albert. I know they were paying him. Juwan Howard. Juwan Howard's a nice guy too. Man, he really turned out to be a hell of a nice adult. He was just a kid from the hood when he went to the University of Michigan, and he married a cultured, educated wife, and he's just really come full circle and turned out to be a real success. See ya, Simple Life. Yeah, Kevin Bacon, I talked to him for like 5 minutes. I never once said, I know who you are or anything like that, but it was definitely Kevin Bacon. And I talked to Pink one time. Pink, that girl singer. It was just interesting, and this all happened right when I moved down there. And then it kind of dwindled out, Jordan quit playing, and I moved there in 98. Pippen moved away. I'll tell you, Scottie Pippen's wife, man, everybody always wondered how long that was going to last. Just an uncouth, foul-mouthed, gold-digging bimbo. Scottie Pippen's a hell of a nice guy. I babysat his nephew, Willie. Yeah, I know, I was just talking about, I never mentioned it before, but when I first moved there. I mean, it was like, if you were into that kind of stuff, it was like shocking. And it was because they went to the health club I went to. Tim Grover, I still keep in touch with him, Michael Jordan's trainer. Hell of a good guy. Yeah, but Scottie Pippen's wife, man, what trash. Oh, okay, Rosen. It was just fun, It was like, I couldn't believe this shit, man. I couldn't believe when I was in playing in games with Michael Jordan. I'll tell you, when you don't see Michael Jordan, this was every time that I saw him. Scottie Pippen's like a really easygoing, kind guy. Michael Jordan's like a street thug. I saw him elbow a guy that was probably 35 in a pickup basketball game, just start talking shit. He's really like kind of a street thug. I mean, a real asshole. Michael Jordan. Tim Hardaway's a super good guy. He's got a real heavy-set brother that he always had with him. They went to the same health club I went to, that Gold Cove Multiplex, right there in the same building I lived in. And you run into him all the time. I mean, I'd probably never talk to him if it was once, but you see him in the elevator, you see him getting a drink in the cafe, you're standing next to him in the tricep machine, that kind of thing. That's how it happens. Yeah, I mean, it was interesting, I mean, it confirmed what I know I don't want in life. Frank Thomas had a super sweet wife too. I'm pretty sure a Jewish girl. She came from money, and of course he was fooling around. They got divorced, but she dated a buddy of mine for a while. Really a super nice lady. She lived in a place in the near north, like 6,000 square feet, would cost you $1 billion. I ran into 2 school teachers that taught LeBron James in high school, and basically the story behind that is he was pretty much raised by the Catholic Church with the affiliation with the school where he played basketball, and they kind of took him under his wing, and he lived with the teacher, and luckily for him, he was pretty much away from his mother the whole time, which is why he made it. And his wife's an absolute sweetheart as well. I mean, it's a real deal high school love story that's worked. LeBron James is a good guy. I never saw him, but and he turned out to what they thought he was going to be. Oh, I didn't talk to him, but I saw John Kennedy one time, about 6 months before he got killed in that plane crash. John, with his wife, they were over at the art museum. No, I didn't give a shit about it. I really didn't. I never asked for any autographs or tickets or any of that bullshit. I never really, even Tim Grover, who was Michael Jordan's coach, he was always telling me if you ever need tickets to a Bulls game, or when they had the NBA draft, you know, they lease Moody Bible School's gym, and he could have got me to. I never took anybody up on any of that stuff. If I wanted to go see something, I just bought a ticket. Yeah, you know, the projects, that gentrification was really cranking up when I was there. Well, he didn't have an instrument rating's the problem. I had that same airplane, actually, close to it. He had the Saratoga, I had the Cherokee 6. The only difference is the gear didn't come up on mine. But what's unfortunate about his plane wreck is that he didn't even know how to work the autopilot, or he could have punched in and, you know, made it to Martha's Vineyard. Sooner or later, that was going to happen to him. You know, I know a guy that gave him duel at flight safety down in Fort Lauderdale and said that he was a dumbass. You need legally 40 hours to get your private pilot's license. Most people average, it's like 56. It gets longer every year because of more complicated airspace and stuff like that. He had 335 hours. It took him forever to pass the New York bar, which isn't particularly one of the harder ones like California. Chicago's an easy bar. India, all right. I never had anybody on India knowingly, anyway. Thank you. Welcome. So that was a good time there, but man, I don't miss it at all. Hey, Sandra. I'd much rather this kind of life. I'll tell you, I think the last great thing you can have in life is privacy. Night, Sherry. Oh, you verified your account? Oh, okay, good. Yeah, you're probably right. You probably would. Oh, thanks, Mike. That plane's low enough you could see me waving. No shit. I'm kind of dragging my feet here today, so I'd like to go metal detect where all those cars are. No, Pixie, I have not. Nope. Hey, Becca, how you doing? Oh, Blue Island's kind of cool. They got that Blue Island Brewery. So you ride the L a lot, don't you? Shiberia. Hey, WNP, how you doing? Welcome. Yeah, those planes really do sound good. I'll tell you a funny thing. They had an old antique car show somewhere around southwest Detroit yesterday. And it was funny as hell. After that thing had ended, those goddamn things were all over the place, broken down. I saw 5 of them that weren't running. I mean, that's probably not a lot out of all the cars that were there, but here they think they've got this old antique car that's just as good as ever, and they're on the side of Fort Street scared to death. Oh, okay. You know, I've got my private detective license in escrow there in Chicago. That private detective license is a bitch in Illinois. It really is. Most places it's a rubber stamp like it is here in Michigan. You know, 2 box tops of cereal and $100. Not in Chicago, Illinois. That test was a bitch. Nah, this was something in Detroit. There were just too many of them around, and they were all down around. I saw all the broken down ones right around like where I interview a lot of the girls, where I did. That place is drying up, Delray. I think you're going to see a lot more of me on Michigan Avenue. Delray is pretty much over. If it wasn't for the Campbell building, there'd be no reason to go down there other than count butterflies in the fields of green grass. Frankenmuth's only like an hour from where I live. I never go there though. Catherine, you better have a sign release for me. I'm gonna have my Jewish lawyer sue you. Hey, my phone is dying, you guys.